All right, so we're here to talk about my new everyday shoe first and foremost, the Salomon XT Pathway 2s. I've had these, I picked these up in New York a few months back, and I've worn them all summer, every chance I could get, and they are beat. Essentially, Salomon is a company with a very interesting history. Salomon was founded in 1947 in France, and originally they made metal saw blades. They transitioned into ski equipment. This is very similar to the Patagonia story as well, I feel, with mountain climbing. They started making hiking boots in the 90s, and then they launched their apparel line in 97. They released their first pro trail running shoe in 2001. Ever since then, it's just been history onwards. So I'd heard about Salomon for a while through other influencers, through just understanding fashion and the brands that are around. But ultimately, I didn't pull the trigger until I was looking for a new essential white sneaker. And there was a few things that really drew me to these shoes. First and foremost, just how they look. I mean, they're aesthetically beautiful shoes, and they look sick. They're a good blend of sort of like tech fashion and also streetwear, and they can just look clean in a lot of settings. I mean, I've worn them with shorts, jeans, khakis. I'm sure you could even wear these with like a suit if you want, but I'm not doing that. But from the bottom to the top, these shoes are jam-packed with technology, and I'm gonna walk you through each and every little piece of that, starting first with the outsole, the bottom of the shoe. So the outsole of pretty much all of Salomon's shoes or boots or products, footwear, includes Chevron Lugs and mud Contagrip rubber. Essentially, this is just a pattern that's created for different levels of grip, and you can essentially make that pattern more aggressive. You can make these little triangles that are on the shoe taller and more aggressive for different trail running shoes and different hiking boots, or you can make it less aggressive for more casual styles like the XT Pathway 2s that are more for like street style streetwear and more urban wear and stuff like that. The Contagrip portion is their signature Contagrip compound. So it's a plastic compound that essentially makes these Chevron lugs extremely durable. And pretty much there's been not a lot of wear and tear on these soles since I've had them, and I live in a city. You know, I wear these on a sidewalk. I wear these in pretty, tough environments, not just dirt and stuff like that, where they can dig in a little bit. Environments where they can get rubbed down, and they've kept their shape very well. So the Contagrip rubber really does its job well, I would say. Real quick, before we continue on with the review of these sneakers, if you're enjoying this video, if you enjoy fashion content, menswear content, consider scrolling down, dropping a like, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel. It'd be super helpful. Let's get back to the video. Next up, we have the Agile Chassis system. It's this little piece of plastic that's coming across the heel here. And all of this stuff is really made to lock your foot in at this point. So essentially, this little chassis, this little plastic piece enhances lateral stability and offers a responsive ride. I don't wear these in a technical manner quite a lot. I haven't done a bunch of hiking in them. I more so wear them casually. So I wear them with the laces kind of undone and just, very loose. But the fact that these shoes have these technologies is extremely cool, and you can just wear them as kind of more pared back, not have to take advantage of them if you want. They can stretch into both of those areas. Next up is the midsole, which is made with EnergyCell foam, at least that's what they call this, and it provides lightweight and high rebound cushioning with a good balance of comfort and trail protection. These shoes are comfortable. I will say that. That's one thing I can give them. They are comfortable, and that's why they've been my everyday shoe over the past months, 4 or 5 months. Now we're gonna move into the upper, and the Sensifit portion is kind of a design element as well as a technological sort of adaptation. You can see these sort of molded lines of plastic going across the mesh panels of the shoe, and this is another element to lock your foot in, essentially. So this locks in with the lace system, this locks in with the ACS, everything kind of works together again to keep your foot in. But essentially, these are molded side panels that cradle the foot snugly from midsole to the lace area, improving fit and security. So the mesh is sort of the more breathable part of the shoe and also more flexible, and the Sensifit molded on portions give the shoe a little bit more stability and not so much flex, and sort of balance with that mesh to give you breathability as well as a way to hold your foot into the shoe as well. And finally, we come to my favorite part of these shoes, the reason that I went to Salomon over anybody else, and actually one of the biggest gripes that I have with sneakers, and that is laces. Laces are, Salomon has figured them out. That's what I'll say. Laces are, I think, ugly. I think they take away from shoes a lot. Oftentimes people just end up tucking them into the shoe, and that can be uncomfortable in itself when you got these laces and they're kind of rubbing up against your feet when you're wearing your shoes all day. Salomon, they came up with the perfect solution, and I honestly don't know if I could ever see myself buying another pair of sneakers that aren't Salomon's if they don't use the same quick lacing system with the lace pocket as well. So essentially you have built-in laces, so you can't unlace them ever. So that could be a positive or a negative, however you look at it. But then you have this little slider at the top of the laces that slides down and locks your foot into place, and you don't have laces flinging everywhere. And then what you can do with those excess laces is you can tuck that slider and you can tuck the excess lace up into the tongue where there's a little pocket for you to tuck all that in, so it gives you a really clean and simple look. Like I said, this is my favorite part of these shoes. I mean, all the other technology aside, the aesthetics of the shoe, they're very beautiful in general, and they're a nice kind of blend of street and tech fashion. But the lace system is really what sells me on these, and really what sells me on the more future pairs of Salomons that I will be buying and adding to my footwear rotation. I've worn these in a lot of situations. I've worn these out and about just riding a bike. I've worn these walking around in the city. I've worn these on days to work. I've worn these recently on a fishing trip that we went on in Wisconsin, so they got really dirty and dingy, and they clean up very well. I mean, that mesh is obviously a fabric, so it will hold some color and it will hold a little bit of staining, but all in all, I mean, you should have seen, I should have taken some before and after pictures, but these things were muddy. They were beat. I mean, the outsoles, I haven't cleaned those. I don't really care to clean those. But these things were absolutely beat, and they're a little tore up in certain places. Some of that plasticell or that Sensifit kind of printed on portion is a little bit torn up. But all in all, these things come super clean, and they look really good after the beating that they have taken. And so they hold their shape really well. And I could see these shoes lasting for a very, very long time. So I definitely feel like you get your money's worth. I mean, I think these things were around 130, 140 bucks. And so these are definitely a good pair to add to your rotation and try out if you haven't tried out any Salomon sneakers yet. I plan on probably adding a gray pair of the XT6s into my rotation as well. Just a darker silhouette sneaker as well to wear in more situations where I'm going to beat them up. So I'm not going to be screwing up the white portion so much. So definitely look for that in the future. I'm going to be looking forward to that. But I mean, all in all, in any Salomon sneaker, but specifically the XT Pathway 2s, you have a rugged and stylish hybrid shoe. You get the traction and the durability of the mud Contagrip outsole with the deep chevrons. It's going to lock you into the ground if you need to get moving or anything. And if you're hiking, it's going to keep you stabilized into the ground. You have the cushion and the stability from that ACS, that Agile Chassis system, mixed with the EnergyCell foam for comfort to lock your heel into the shoe. You have the secure and adjustable fit thanks to the Sensifit technology and the Quicklace system, and then that lace pocket to keep everything looking clean. Again, my favorite part of this sneaker and Salomon's lineup in general. And then you have plenty of other comfort features that I didn't even go over, but you can look into them for yourself. There's a lot in these shoes. They're jam-packed. Salomon knows what they're doing. So I am curious, do you own any Salomon sneakers? Are you planning to purchase any Salomon sneakers? What have you heard about Salomon? I know they've done a lot of sick partnerships, and I'd love to actually do a video on some of the partnerships that they've done recently as well and dive into that, just their cultural footprint that they've taken hold of in just fashion, the fashion scene in general. But I'm curious to know what you know about the brands and if you have any experience with their products in the comment section down below, so let me know. And last but not least, if you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. It'll be super helpful. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.